Ain't nobody coming. Head on over here, y'all. Head on over here, y'all. I just dropped that link. I gotta put the link on the community tab wall. Let me put the link on the wall. I just put it on the wall. I just put it on the wall. Now, what's up, Dark, and what's up, Conspiracy? We're gonna wait on some people to get in here, man. Let me pull up the Debate Nation YouTube so I can see if somebody gonna come over here, man. Comment. Because we live on both channels. All right, bet. Oh shit, the chats go together now? Oh shit, the chats go together? No, they don't. If you want your membership, you gotta go back to the Plug Nation channel. If you want to use your membership perks, you gotta go back to the Plug Nation channel. Yeah, I'm waiting on people to load up. I'm waiting on people to join. This is an open panel, but we finna get into it. This is the illegals assault in Portland. Trump said Trump got the okay to send the military out there. So I'm asking y'all, do y'all want the military in Portland? Is it needed? Is Trump abusing his authorities? And are political memes toxic? Are political memes toxic, chat? Those are going to be the conversations, man. We're going to wait for some people to load up. I'm going to play this clip.
And violence also escalating between protesters.
Shout out to, let me get his creator some shout out. This is Cass Jordan. Shout out to Cass Jordan. Y'all be sure to go give Cass Jordan a subscription, man. And subscribe to my channel as well.
Protesters and ICE agents in Portland just moments ago. Police stormed out of the ICE facility gates toward protesters, telling them to back up.
So as President Trump continues to flood Portland with troops, local agitators are continuing their resistance. And night after night, the assaults on law enforcement continue at the local deportation jail, where Antifa rioters, backed up by hands-off Portland police, have shown zero signs of backing down, creating an insurrection that's causing the total collapse of this sanctuary city.
Here we go again.
Protests outside this ICE processing facility have largely been contained to a single block, but the perception of Portland as unsafe has created ripple effects across this 135 square mile city.
I don't know why you need even one troop here today. Like, Portland is so not on fire. It's the most beautiful city. Everyone's having, everybody's kind. It's a good place. There's nothing. Look at this. There's lovely people standing around. That's it.
This vehicle is just trying to go through. And this has nothing to do with the ICE facility. This is just somebody trying to get into the neighborhood.
Business has gone from bad to worse.
My business is half of what it was, but it's certainly not going to get better by somebody telling the world that our city is war ravaged.
When you go out to Portland and you see what's happening in Portland, this is like nobody's ever seen anything like it. Every night, and this has gone on for years. They just burned the place down. These are professional agitators. Right. These are bad people, and they're paid a lot of money by rich people, some of whom we know.
Yeah, Darking, I gave you a wrench on the backup channel, man, because not a lot of people have went over there yet, man. You one of the people that's showing up on the backup channel, so I gave you a wrench on the backup channel, man. Yeah, you definitely got a wrench over there.
So the war over public safety in Portland keeps getting hotter and hotter. And what nobody's talking about is we're witnessing here a clash between local rioters and their hands-off police and the rest of America. A clash that's on full display every day in front of the local ICE facility, where rioters wearing protective gear clash with federal troops as often as possible, while nobody seems to get arrested by local police, who do intervene sometimes, but only when pro-ICE bystanders get too close. A situation that has observers scratching their heads, especially when Portland police made zero arrests all summer long. Maybe they were on summer break. But this hands-off, department-wide initiative did nothing but embolden Antifa on its home turf of this sanctuary, where illegal immigrants Fugitives and terror-connected agitators have been wreaking havoc for months. Havoc, some say, could be the beginning of the end for Portland. But that brings us to the real reason the president wants to flood Portland with troops and save this place. He's not trying to save Portland from itself. He's trying to save the rest of us who live in America from Portland. Because you can't have a no-go zone in America, the land of the free, where certain beliefs, opinions, and attitudes could get you clocked on the streets without any hope of police coming to save you, because they're not so secretly doing everything they can to keep these riots going by doing what all progressives do, pacifying and appeasing the growing mob, which, as you're about to see, just empowers it.
Who saved it? All right, Thomas Allen's being escorted out by Portland PD. Allen's being targeted again by Antifa militants. They tried to steal his MAGA cap. Portland PD is arresting Thomas Allen. Wow. They're taking him in zip ties.
So here we have Portland police making one of their rare arrests, and they just so happen to be arresting somebody with a President Trump hat and a Charlie Kirk Freedom t-shirt. A man who's been attacked several times over here at the ICE facility, yet he's the one that gets taken into custody. He's the one hit with a local restraining order barring him from coming within 200 feet of this place, yet none of the Antifa people seem to be banned from coming within 200 feet of this place. They get as close as they can every single day and nothing's done about it. But where are these rioters coming from?
Antifa is heavily embedded in the homeless and housing nonprofit sector. In many cases, the homeless industrial complex is running cover for Antifa. Antifa is benefiting from American tax dollars, and they're essentially being used as the muscle.
So it looks like these rioters are sponsored by the very state they've promised to destroy. That's wild. Which means this organization isn't just funded by dark money rich people. It's able to recruit new members from the ever-growing ranks of America's homeless while siphoning the very funds that are supposed to help those people. And as you're about to see, this group, the only thing they think about is harming law enforcement and destroying our country.
When you see them coming to the area to protest in knee pads, certain padding, large shields, enough to cover their body, gas masks, at that point, or you realize at that point that these are not going to be peaceful protests.
Wow. Yeah, I'll say nothing peaceful about bringing a shield and a bunch of equipment to a place where you know you're going to encounter federal troops. But if these protesters are so intent on saying that they're peaceful, if they want to claim that.
Plug, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. You was moving around a whole lot. Are you okay? Shit.
No, I'm sitting still.
Hell, you all right? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sitting still.
All right, man. How you feel about it, Dorsey? What it do, man? We just chilling and finna open up the panel. Hopefully some more people join.
Yeah, I thought everybody else was here ahead of me. Okay. To be honest with you, Plug, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but Dorsey sound crazy all the time anyway. I think that spaceship that's coming down, I think that these governments, because I think these governments are panicking because now the truth is going to be in the sky. It's written in the Bible, the mountain in the sky, all that stuff. I think they know that it's the end of the world as we know it. Because as soon as, whether they be spiritual entities or aliens, as soon as that appear, people gonna freak out all over the world. And then all the churches, all the religions, they gonna have to explain to the people what's really going on, because at one point we thought we were the only people that existed in the universe. The book of Enoch told us that the watchers came down to earth. And even in the Bible, if you read it, it says Jesus ascended into the sky. He levitated up to the sky till they couldn't see him no more. So yes, outer space, It might even be interdimensional, if you ask me, because that's what I thought it was.
I think it's interdimensional. I mean, I think both is true. I think both is true.
I do too.
Two different kind of entities. I feel like one is a spiritual, and I feel like one is, you know, a different makeup of us, but biological.
Right. Now, can I say the S word, or that's off limit?
No, you good. We just hanging out.
Okay, that's swastika.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if you look at it, when they first went, when the Nazis or the German people first sent them people, them scientists and engineers over to Tibet to find out what was all this stuff going on, okay, they found out that swastika means perpetual energy, ever turning wheel, infinity. That's what it really represents. No beginning, no end, like the zero. You see where I'm coming from?
Uh-huh.
That's what it represents, the swastika. Ever perpetual motion, progress. That's what it means. Turn the wheel. That's what it is. But see, that's most people be like, well, how you see all that? Because I read. You understand what I'm saying? If you read some of the Hindu, they call them Vishnus or whatever it is, they talk about UFOs flying around, clashing with each other. And if you were to read Maccabees 1.
You cut out, Doris. You cut out. Chat, press 1 if you can hear me. What up, Tony? We in here chilling, man. We just hanging out, having a cool stream. If anybody want to pull up, I got the link on my community tab wall, and I'm dropping it right there, man. It's in the Discord too. I don't know where the fuck Dorsey went, but we finna get back into this clip. We'll talk about that in a minute when he get back.
They want to say, oh, everything's fine. We're here. We just want peace. We just want an open border. No big deal. You know, why do they need all that stuff? Well, it's because it's their goal to start a fight every time they show up at this place. And the fact that the only person who...
They said, God, shut that noise down, and Dorsey got abducted. Dorsey, phone home. Dorsey, phone home. Long as it ain't over here. Dorsey, phone home, man. Yeah, he said, God, shut that noise down.
Gets arrested in front of this facility and is banned from going near it is the guy exposing it. That's incredible.
You back, Dorsey?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know when I dropped out.
They probed you?
Hey, man, no, the aliens ain't got me, man. My ass is tight. No.
Yeah, man. They said you got probed, man. Go ahead.
But what happens is, I think electricity and water don't mix, right?
Right.
Okay. So water disrupts electronics. Okay. When the Watchers were stuck here on this earth and God would not allow them back into the heavens or to heaven, whichever way you want to put it, when he brought down that deluge of water, it messed up everything. If you drop your cell phone into that water, what happens? It's ruined. Okay? And that's how the Most High, that's how he killed off the Watchers, and then also the Nephilim and everything else. Once they died, you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
A little bit, but so when did they die from the water? The Great Flood that took the animals?
The Great Flood. The Great Flood. So when they died, their spirit, that means the inner energy that was in them was so great that it existed, but their physical forms couldn't exist no more. That's what the demons is about. Because when one of the demons or the Watchers enter the human body, it burns up the human body because it can't handle that energy. It boosts its metabolism. Like, did you ever see The Exorcist? You ever seen the movie The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Okay, when the people get possessed, you notice they get all that icky, like that ectoplasm and shit all over their face and sweating and, you know, turning all kind of colors and so forth.
Right.
That's because of the energy level that's going on in their body. Like I was referring to Dragon Ball Z. You know, when Vegeta and all them, they power up. You see what I'm saying? When they power up, they become stronger and all that, right? Same thing with the spiritual possessions. It's the same principles. They just, what it is some of the government said we're going to leak some of this information to these people, but it's going to be bit by bit. And those people who can see the bigger picture, they're going to get the idea. But as far as the people who really don't believe in science, the people who don't really believe in religion and all of that, they are the ones that are going to be keeping up shit. They're the ones who are going to create chaos.
They said you need some medicine, man. You talking about you talking about Dragon Ball Z, your ass needs some medicine.
Hey man, check this out. When you meditate and so forth, don't you spiritually become stronger?
Come to the panel, y'all.
Yeah, come to the panel because Dorsey need medicine. Yeah, Dorsey ain't took his medicine yet. I ain't even smoked a joint this morning.
They're trying to keep up, Dorsey. Go ahead. You taking them fast.
Okay, let me slow it down. And I don't want to sound condescending to y'all and so forth, but since you want me to go ahead and, okay. So what happens is spirit. Spirit means energy, right? Okay. So when you are a human being, our brain runs on what? Electrical impulses. Am I right or wrong?
Okay, our brain does run on electrical impulses, but everything that has like energy doesn't have a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Not everything has a spirit that has it. Like, I can create some energy and then I got no spirit.
Right, but consciousness, that's what we talk about. Okay. So understand this. When you feel depleted and so forth, what do they say? Oh, you low on your what? Electrolytes. Am I right or wrong?
Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to where is all this going? You walking us down a long ass road. Where is it going?
Yeah, because they said they're trying to keep up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what they do is salt is a metal. When you put salt back into your bloodstream, guess what? You start perking back up because you lose all that salt and minerals when you sweat. Okay, take a little salt, you perk right on up because now your electric lights are fired back up. That's what Gatorade is about, salts. Okay, so if you read the Bible and you look at it from that angle, and then you read the book of Enoch, the book of Giants, and the book of Jubilees, you're going to get a bigger picture of what really happened in Genesis 6. Because those watchers or fallen angels, they knew all about genetics also. That's why they said that there was giants and griffins and Pegasus and all those things.
Okay, you talking about gene splicing. Tony says, did Noah and his 300 phones have cell phones? No, Tony, but do you have a cell phone? Are you watching this on a cell phone? Because if you are, double tap the screen. Share the live out. Go ahead, Dorsey.
So when you look and you read parts of the Old Testament, this is when they created the ark to conversate with God, right? They said that you could not touch the ark because if you did, it would kill you from the electrical voltage. Okay? And they said that the ark supposedly was supposed to have had their own nuclear generating because it was shielded by gold, right? Well, lead also is a shield when you put it around electrical and also atomic power plants. In fact, gold is a better conductor of electricity than anything else. That's why we have them in our computers and so forth, right?
Right.
Okay, so when you start using science, and science is the systematic accumulation of knowledge through application and theory. When you start picking up bits and pieces about this knowledge or this science, things become a little bit clearer when you're able to go ahead and apply it to what you see here in reality. That's
Right.
what
So I'm trying to apply. We talking about Dragon Ball Z though. They called you out on the Dragon Ball Z. I get what you're saying with the science, but he was saying that you need medicine because you was kind of correlating it to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it from the Eastern philosophy. You guys have been trained in the Western philosophy. That's why people. That's why people go into yoga and so forth. Now, there are cases where those people up in Tibet, when they're meditating, they levitate, meaning they rise up off the floor, meaning they canceling out gravity. So, you know, it's been documented. It's just the Western world don't want y'all to know that kind of stuff. What they do is, I got the perfect plot. What they do is they rewrite it, they put it in a movie, and they call it Star Wars, and they say that's the Jedi. People who are able to focus the energies of the universe and use them in a physical form. It's the same principle. They training y'all to believe in this shit. But you don't want to look, you know, you got more kids who follow what goes on in Star Wars than they do that Bible. Am I right or wrong? Then you got a little demon roll around. They call him Yoda. You know, he got the pointed ears and all that. And he's able to do all these things that appear to be magic. Y'all can accept that shit, but you can't accept.
Gito, what you do is you see that link right there that Debate Nation is dropping. You screenshot that link. Just copy paste that link into your web browser, or you can go to my community tab wall. If you go to my wall right now on my post, it's a link. Click that link and you can come up here. Just click that link and you can come up here.
That's how Dorsey got on here. I went to the link that's on your wall.
Yeah, go to the link that's on my wall, Gito. Click that link and it'll bring you right backstage, and you just click allow microphone, allow camera, and then you cut your camera off and put a little avatar. What it do, Stein? You muted.
Stein, you coming on here? You in here, Stein?
Yeah, Stein in here. He just muted. Go ahead, Dorsey.
So when you put all these things together, the Bermuda Triangle, Antarctica, when you put all these things together, see, the Nazis was the only one who didn't have no shame in the game. They like, we finna find out all this information. Whereas here in the United States, we knew other stuff, but we didn't want to go against the grain about Christianity.
Oh, Gito, you get to pick a name. You see, I got Pluxation, Dorsey got Dorsey, Stein got Stein. That ain't none of our government names except, you know, maybe one of us. I don't know here. But yeah, you could pick a name. You could pick Gito Planet. You can put Gito Planet as your name.
And your occupation. Because I put mine down as a damn fool, so I ain't tripping.
Stupid. All right, I'm finna show y'all this light show, man. This what they did.
I'm gonna put my thing on mute because I know they need to have problems.
How y'all feel about that, man? This is what they did at the pyramids in the pyramids, man, in Egypt.
Project Bluebeam, and it's a ritual. You feel me? And it's a ritual. But that's Project Bluebeam, man. For y'all fall for that shit if y'all want to. Straight up, bro. I called it when they first showed the Tupac hologram, nigga. I said, oh, hell no, bro. They trying to fuck the game up now. You gonna go and see a Tupac concert hologram? You crazy as hell. I just watched that House of Blues show and keep it rocking.
I'm speaking. I had muted it all because I didn't want to have you having feedback and so forth. Okay. What they doing is they enslaving the spirit world. You know how they have that Ouija board and they contact the spirit world through that Ouija board? They now are able to do it through those supercomputers. Like you said, it's a ritual now. See, everything is coming to fruition. We got so much knowledge now.
Don't forget about CERN.
Yeah.
CERN. That's part of it too.
Over in Switzerland.
Yep.
Over in Switzerland.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
That super, what's that? Atom smasher? Whatever
Atom
it is.
Collider, Atom Collider, Electron Collider, some of that shit with that big ass, like 5-mile radius circle with them big ass magnets in it. And they trying to go, they smash them. They made a black hole or something. I see you opening up the spiritual realm. So you got this AI, you got these robots, and you're gonna put a spirit in it, and that's how you go get the Antichrist. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Also, remember how they was all bragging about we finally found a God particle. They could have named it anything else, but they put God particle. Remember that?
Gito, yeah, hold on. Gito, it is on my post. You got to go to the Plugsation channel, Gito. Go to Plugsation. Nah, Gito, come. We want you to come up here, man. Go to the Plugsation channel, Gito. You looking on the Debate Nation channel. Go to the community, the wall, the post on the Plugsation channel, and it'll be there. I am commenting under the Debate Nation. But yeah, go to the wall on the Plugsation channel, and it'll be a clickable link. But yeah, they did call it the God particle. And then, but you got to think Adam was the first human being. Adam breaks down to atoms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but you also got to look at the ancient Egyptian history. It was called Atum. Everything in the world was made up of Atum, the God particles. And then when the Greeks got it, huh?
No, I was saying what's up to Starla. Go ahead.
Okay, remember they was calling them Atum, A-T-U-M, Ra. Okay, Atum Ra, the greater God. Then when the Greeks came and destroyed the library, they changed it to atoms because they didn't want to give it a religious name. They wanted to give a scientific name. So they changed it to atoms and said everything in the universe is composed of atoms. It's composed of God. Okay. The Greeks did not accept the spiritual world. They went more into the physical world.
Yeah, science and shit, gravity and this. They were trying to do all. Which that was some shit that they stole from Egypt as well. They just perverted it.
Exactly. We talking about right now, Mama Money. We debating aliens. Everybody's take on aliens. Are they biological? Are they spiritual? Is it a religious battle? Is it a physical battle? And just our takes: ocean, sky, flat Earth. The Egypt. They just did a light show in Egypt. Using AI. We just hanging out right now. This just a hangout, sure. What's up, Bree? What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Stein? How's everything in Tampa?
In the words of my OG's Outcast, feeling good, feeling great.
Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Weather cool, bro. It ain't hot, overcast, wind blowing. It's great, bro. How about everybody else, man?
It's pretty cool here in LA. We got a little bit of morning clouds over here in Woodland Hills because I'm over here in Jewland again. But it's cool out here in LA. But I always liked when I woke up in Tampa and that mist was coming up from the ground.
Look, we're gonna stay on topic though. What's up, Too Strong?
What's up, my brother?
Not much. How you feeling about the topics, man? How you feeling about aliens? You feel like they spiritual, biological, flat earther? No.
Shit, it's all spiritual.
Okay.
Hey, Plug, I got a question.
What?
Okay, if we took the voodoo out of what we read in the Bible and just looked at it as up and down, right? So if we say God does exist and Moses seen his body and he's hundreds of feet tall, right? If we take what Moses described, because he didn't see the face of God, he saw the backside of God walking through the valley, right? Okay, so if we go up just on the physical evidence, you know, the eyewitness accounts, let me ask you, when they said that the water every morning came up out the ground and watered the crops, right? The plants, right? What? Now you've been on this earth just as
Change your
long as
name
everybody.
backstage. Whoever backstage, you can change your name because you got a name that starts with the or ends with the E. I'm not gonna say it because I think I know who that is. You could change your name though if you don't want people to know that. To a nickname.
Okay,
but go ahead.
So what phenomena happens every morning here in the modern world that people see?
Yo,
Sprinkler systems. Sprinkler systems.
I say sprinklers.
Hello.
Exactly.
Hold on, Dorsey. Yeah, we hear you, G-Dog. What it do?
What's good? Where are you guys at on the topic right now, so I can stay on topic?
All right, hold on. Joe, are you here, Joe? All right.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, now what's up, Joe? Right now we talking about our thoughts on aliens. Are they spiritual or are they biological or both? Flat Earth or not, and just general topics. Right now Dorsey's saying he's speaking about the Bible. Go ahead, Dorsey. Finish your thought.
Okay, Stein agreed with me because I heard him when he said sprinkler systems. See, you ain't got to make no money. You ain't got to make no jump, huh?
I said, look at you looking for all right, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I have a habit of doing that.
Go ahead.
Okay, so if you just go by the eyewitness account that every morning water popped up out the ground and watered the crops. Now, when you're dealing with primitive people and who have lost their education and technology, that seems like magic. But to us, if we were to go back in time and we seen it, we would dig in the ground and say, look, man, that's an irrigation system, man. Y'all tripping. It's on a timer.
Correct. Same thing with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, same thing with television, trying to explain, you know what I'm saying? You got to think FaceTime is some Jetson shit. So just think about the people in the early 1900s trying to explain FaceTime to somebody who hadn't used a telephone, or 1800s. Trying to explain FaceTime to somebody who ain't never been on a phone call.
You know what it looked like if we was to present this technology?
They call it the devil worship.
No, my dog look at the phone sometime and be like, what the fuck is that? Whose picture is that? My dog bark at other dogs on my phone.
Right.
When I put stuff on YouTube. So even the dogs recognize that something is present. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know man is smarter than a dog, but if you're a primitive, I'm going to say one more thing and then I'm going to let y'all have the thing. Remember them in World War II when them people who was out there on Sumatra in the South Seas saw them airplanes and started worshiping them airplanes?
I believe some. Yeah, I think I read about that.
Right, and them people were black people with blonde hair. Black people with blonde hair. So when we bring these things up, you know, people who are the Europeans who are invested in keeping us down by not letting us know about this knowledge. You know, the first thing they did when they got that gunpowder and so forth, they ran straight to Egypt and started stealing them mummies and all that information.
All right, Dorsey, we're gonna kick it to Gito, man. Gito, what's your thoughts, man? You said you had something to add.
Yeah, man. If you're like aware of how advanced the military industrial complex is, you will be able to see that a lot of this stuff is actually factual, including some of the stuff that's going on at NASA or CERN. Like they're talking about they use like magical tablets in order to like in order to amplify whatever type of machinery they have, anti-gravity technology. And thing is, like, people could be like, oh man, you know, that's just hearsay. But what about when like the companies themselves are like releasing memos talking about in order like to defend like stuff like the black budget, like, hey, we need this money in order to continue our research on some of the technology we currently have. This stuff is almost damn near magic. And if we don't have the resources in order to actually tap into this stuff, you know, we're basically just like monkeys trying to figure out a smartphone. So all
I
this
don't want to
stuff,
cut you off, but speaking to your point, Elon has been coming at the director of NASA, the administrator. He was like, how do we have, you know, that basically the administrator of NASA, biggest claim to fame is climbing trees. So Elon's even coming at NASA right now.
man, listen, Elon Musk is tapped in as well, but he's not allowed to say certain things. Also, Elon Musk himself, don't get me wrong, Elon Musk is a smart man, but he's playing the game for his own personal interests, you know. And I feel like
if you're really smart though, bro,
that's the other thing. All right,
think about this.
Here's what I want to say. Here's what I want. Like, I'm gonna be brief on that Elon point, right?
Yeah.
From what it looks like, you know, he might be a smart man.
Dorsey, your mic echo.
Oh, my bad. Let me see where I can.
No, that's not you, Gito. That's Dorsey.
Oh, all right.
I think he's a smart businessman with that always have nothing to lose.
Dorsey, I'm gonna keep you muted. Dorsey, leave the studio and come back in. That's yo. It's not gonna go away. You're gonna have to leave and come back in, Dorsey. Go ahead, Gito. Finish your thought.
But I wanted to say, like, just briefly touching on the Elon thing. Either he's a smart man or he has very good handlers that make him look smart. You know, people who are backing him, people like, you know, the whole puppeteer thing. You know what I mean? You know, they just got to have a figure, like a face to some of these companies so that the technology itself can be pushed out. It's like the same thing, like how they're talking about how Google or like Facebook and stuff was like made by like some guys in a garage or something like that. Only come to find out that they had government backing the entire time, right? So who knows what's going on with Elon? But back to the technology stuff. I want to touch on like how you guys remember the Podesta and Hillary Clinton emails and stuff like that. Remember the emails? You guys remember that time? If you guys actually read through those emails, you would have seen like a lot of stuff in there talking about either advanced technology, lost ancient civilizations, some creepy stuff, but we're not talking about that right now. But either way, like, if the real government heads are asking about this stuff seriously, like this, like not a joke, like, hey, I want to see this. Hey, can you brief me on this? Hey, tell me about this. You know, like it kind of lets you know that it's not make believe, but like what Dorsey was talking about, how like they put the stuff in Hollywood so that it seems like make believe. He's right about that. Like, you know, I don't even want to get too deep in Hollywood stuff because one is, I'm pretty sure everybody kind of is already on game about what Hollywood actually is, who they're connected to, and what their actual agenda is. But like, you know, let's not go too deep into conspiracy right now. But all that stuff is just to basically distract us from like the actual truth in regards to like what our civilization is actually capable of, or who we've been in contact with, or what our government is actually doing. You know, because if we're being serious about the government and what its capability is, it's not really about the people. The American government is not about the American people anymore. It is about a globalistic agenda in order to take over the world and run the new world order, period. Right? Matter of fact, let's talk about the origins of the government. You know, George Washington was a Freemason, right? Like
correct.
Freemason.
One second, Gito. Essence, thank you for the $5 super chat. Essence says the same way crystals power the body is the same way they power machines. That's why they want rare minerals / crystals.
Essence is on point with that. And that's the other thing. The hippies were right. As crazy as it sounds, the hippies were right. the way the atomical structure of these crystals and specific gems are structured, they're able to vibrate at certain frequencies that if you're able to tap into those vibrations, they can bring out some sort of energy field on them, some sort of electromagnetic field, right? But, that takes technology and knowledge in order to do that. But, that's side note. Anyway, back to George Washington. George Washington was a Freemason. And if you guys are really knowledgeable about Freemason stuff, they do not care for religious stuff. They care about technology. They care about the ancient order, how things were done back then and preserving it. Bro, I literally just watched a video of some hidden camera where they're viewing some sort of Freemason ritual or something like that, some sort of mock ritual or whatever, where like a guy is getting killed because he's like supposed to maintain the Mason secrets and whatnot. They're talking about, hey, tell us the secrets of the Temple of Solomon. Like, tell us. No, I'm not doing it. Well, then die. It's just some sort of mock ritual. But, those things are really, it's like a training thing. It's a simulation to make them prepare for if somebody ever does get captured and like, hey, bro, you're 33rd degree. Tell us what's going on. It's like, bro, I'm not telling you anything. This stuff goes all the way back to the Temple of Solomon.
I was going to say that, the Knights Templars and all of that.
Yes.
The Crusaders and all of that shit.
Listen,
I just want to say this, but I ain't want to cut them off, dog. I just want to say this. I'm gonna make it real quick.
Hold on, Sean. Mama Money in Court came up here, so I want everybody to say what's up to Mama Money in Court.
Oh, what's up? I didn't even know y'all had popped up. Shit.
What's going on? Go ahead, Stein.
Hey, everybody. Cora's here for a minute. We're just going to listen.
Hey, girl.
Go ahead, Stein. No, say what you want to say. We're going to get him the floor.
Okay, because like homie said, it's like a monkey in the jungle trying to figure out an iPad, right? Monkeys are pretty smart. Give them enough time, they'll figure out how to charge that bitch and they'll figure out how to use that bitch. Monkeys are pretty smart. And I say this to say that. They got us relying on, electric cars. You can't pull the battery out your phone. Like, so everybody get the AIs and all, you get connected to things that run off electricity, right? But it's a thing out there that can shut off all your electricity, bro. And now what we asked that goes back to the monkey. That monkey can still survive without that motherfucking phone and shit, though. You feel me? So like, who really the smartest one? Now it's a few of us that can survive, but that monkey can survive without that phone and without the electricity and all that other shit. But half of us can't. That's it, bro.
Oh, well, that's the curse of intelligence. You start depending on your tools more than your nature. But let me finish off with what I was saying about that Freemason origins of USA and whatnot, right? If like we're all like aware of like what's going on with all this stuff, it's like the idea that people are still out here like aliens aren't real, you're crazy, blah blah blah. At some point you got to just ignore that and you got to just start moving accordingly, bro. Last night I just finished reviewing the Book of Enoch again, bro. Like I've read it before. I just finished reviewing it again. Like essentially all this technology and whatnot, it was passed to us by beings not of this world, right? In order to essentially seduce us to get us to really like worship them and work for them, right? So the more that we covet technology, the more it pulls us away from God, right? Because hey, why? Like, what's so special about the spiritual realm when I can order pizza from my phone? You know what I mean? Like, so one day, all this is like, I know somebody said Project Bluebeam and stuff. He got a great point about that. Either way, it all goes back to this number one agenda, which is a new world order. And whoever is running that, they don't care about humans. They want slaves. At the end of the day, bro. All the people at the top, they just want slaves because that's the ultimate power in life, to make other life forms do what you want without question. That's real power. In Justice League, they call that the anti-life equation. You don't have freedom. You do what that guy says they want. That's all.
Okay. Appreciate that, Gito. Mama Money, go ahead.
Oh, it's more so Core. He's gonna, hey everybody.
What's up now, Core?
Dorsey, this is Missy Vaughn, if you didn't know.
Hello, Miss Yvonne. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm good. This is my husband here. He has a, pretty good perspective on a lot of things, and he wanted to pop in for a minute. So, Stein, he definitely knew who you were.
No, be
I would
honest.
say, what's up, Papa Doc?
You're not echoing either, Dorsey. That mic not echoing right now. Go ahead, though, Mama Money.
It's back. I'm finna turn it off.
Just be honest. I was dragged in here against my will, so y'all know.
Okay, now.
But did you speak on whatever you just heard?
No, it's interesting stuff because everybody has a lot of information, and I happen to believe, of course, it's not a concrete evidence or whatever, but to me they call the so-called aliens not for nothing extraterrestrial. That means that the whole, and that's in my opinion, I think in the Book of Enoch there's references to about that we're in a closed system and that space is fake. Basically, it's like NASA is Satan if you look at the picture, and it's all about confusing and distracting us from our true selves. And but I mean, it's very interesting, and I was just researching something about, I don't know if anybody, probably some people would have noticed the 3-eye atlas thing or whatever.
Correct.
And, yeah.
Yes.
And then there's stuff that some people don't connect, because there's also been the past weeks here in Europe it's like a drone, I call it drone virus, above military bases and airports. And of course, the people in Europe blame the Russians, as always. It's the Russians doing it. So there's something happening somewhere in November, and everything probably will come together. And some people will know what I'm talking about the final card, which is the alien card that they going to be drawing and saying like, oh, now we need a one world government and all that BS. But it's exciting times, and that's all.
Who's gonna pull that card too, right? Because they're gonna get desperate. They the most desperate ones, because don't nobody like them right now. I don't even want to say the is fake. I'm gonna say that the is fake. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing real about them. That's who's gonna get desperate to pull that card, man.
They made a movie about it already. The new Independence Day Resurgence.
Well, it's all predictive programming, of course.
Okay.
They're letting people just.
These are some questions that I have right here. Who hasn't spoken? To Dorsey, you was long-winded, so we're gonna let Too Strong speak. And then I got a couple questions specifically for Gito before the panel too.
Cool.
Too Strong, you got anything?
None really.
Okay. All right. Well, these is what I have. When we're talking about Elon, and we're gonna go back to him, and we're talking about just Mars. Like, have we ever really broke down what Elon says he wants to do on Mars? Like, even just the verbiage. Like, he wants to colonize Mars, right?
I believe so, but there's a hypothesis running around, or theory, whatever you want to call it. That
let me finish, and then I'll let you.
Okay.
I got this couple point question. Is Elon wants to colonize Mars, so I'm honing in on that colonize. Then what does colonize mean? It's securing land. You're going to secure the land, but who is he going to secure this land for? Who's to say he's going to secure this land in the name of a country? Who's to say he's going to secure this name in the land of in the name of his company or him? Who's to say what goes on there? And could he be an emperor? Could Mars be, you know what I'm saying? What and then where does international law stand? I mean, not international, intergalactic law stand here. I mean, we have a space force. So those were the questions. It's a multi-layered question, but it's the space force, colonizing Mars, claiming the land. And I'm gonna let Gito answer. Then I want to hear from Core as well.
Okay.
Everybody, honestly, but
yeah, I would think my answer's gonna be quick as hell.
So you remember how I talked about how like Google or Facebook was like government backed the entire time, you know, even though they made it look like it was just some people who made it in a garage or whatnot. That's why I said the whole Elon thing, he looks like he's a smart guy, right? But all this could just be he's backed by some sort of non-governmental, somebody with a lot of money and who has pull in the government. And the idea of the whole claiming of Mars, it might not necessarily be so claiming it. It might be or colonize. It might be reclaiming it, because there's a hypothesis that Mars was like Earth a long time ago before whatever catastrophe that turned it into what it is today. People speculated about some sort of like apocalyptic level of nuclear war or something because of the radioactive material they find all over the planet, or just the fact that it has like riverbeds and a little bit, they recently found that it had a little bit of bacteria on it, and the fact that it had any type of life or cellular organism whatsoever means that it either has life or had life at one point in time. So Elon might just be a front man for whatever the organization is to go back to Mars and do whatever or rediscover whatever it is over there. And on top of that, the other hypothesis is they feel they might have already discovered structures on there, like something built already over there, you know, whatever, like an obelisk, whatever it is, right? But, you know, that's just conspiracy theory hypotheses, right? So basically,
Cydonia. It's called Cydonia.
Wait, whatever it's called. Just to wrap it up, it's a reclaiming mission, not a colonization mission. They're just dressing it up like colonization.
Okay. All right, Core, what about you? And then we'll go to Dorsey or Stein and Dorsey.
Hold on, bro. My dog barking. I get barking. Hold on.
Feed that damn dog, bro. Feed that dog. Water that dog. What's wrong with that dog, dude?
Nah, she's great now. All I'm about to say is, bro, like,
your name
you ain't going to Mars. I thought he told me to go real quick.
No, the Core. I know Core ain't gonna be here that long.
Okay, go ahead, man. My fault. I can't hear you clear because the dog was barking.
My question, Core, was how do you feel about the verbiage that Elon uses about colonizing Mars to secure, you know, the future of humanity? And I'm asking, I posed the question that colonize normally coincides with securing land, and I'm saying, who is he going to secure this land for? I haven't really looked into intergalactic law. I know we do have the Space Force in America, and when he claims that land, will he be claiming it for a country, a corporation, or himself?
Well, my take on the whole Elon Musk and Mars and the solar system and fictional planets is like just another layer of the distraction. Sorry, it's not, my English is not that great today, but I think I probably can provide a link to a very good documentary about who Musk really is. But I don't know if anybody knew about that. The German Nazi that helped to build NASA and the so-called
Werner von Braun?
Yes, he wrote a science fiction book in the 50s about Mars with a main character called Elon. It's kind of, you know, it's like
that's why what you just said is why I said what I said about somebody else really backing him. It's not Elon being the genius, so to speak. He's a puppet. He's just playing a part.
Like all of say this though, Elon did have one of the before I kick it back to Court. Elon did have one of the quote unquote most powerful objects in the universe. That the little thing he had with the gun. Y'all don't remember that picture that we pulled up? Elon had that. I don't know if it's Hindu or whatever it's supposed to be.
The Vajra. The Vajra
red thing, the little burgundy looking thing.
The weapon of Indra. It's supposed to basically be able to conduct electricity, just like Zeus.
So go ahead, Corey. We'll give you the floor so you can finish.
No, it's okay. I mean, jump in anytime because sometimes stuff that I say is like maybe contradictory to what other people have found out so far. But I'm always open to, to counteract what I'm saying because I'm still learning with all the stuff that's going on. But
can I say something about that Vajra thing?
Go ahead. Anybody can jump in. I was just trying to keep it, because sometimes our panels do get crazy. I was just trying to keep a little structure, but go ahead.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the Hindu that Hindu artifact, so to speak, right? Because I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the Bhagavad Gita, right? Or the Mahabharata war, the war that was supposed to be like one of the biggest wars in ancient history, like not just Hindu history. Like people from warriors from all over the globe were in this war, right? Because back in the day, like this is where Dorsey, when he was talking about the Dragon Ball Z stuff, he kind of was saying some stuff, right? But like it's supposed to seem like fiction. But the idea that there's superpowered beings able to tap into some sort of ancient martial arts in order to shoot out some sort of energy, the idea is there's supposed to be psionic energy, right? Both sound and telekinetic energy, right? Where you're able to produce certain frequencies, not only from your mind, but from your chants. The Om, all that meditation stuff is supposed to literally vibrate the air. And that vibration is supposed to agitate atoms. And you know what happens when you agitate atoms, right? The chemical reactions start happening. So their idea is like they're able to shoot arrows or something like that, and they had the force of a nuclear weapon. And that's part of the reason why only the chosen heroes were allowed to learn those techniques. There's a part in there where the hero or low-key villain, Ashwatthama, during the war, they killed his dad, right? And even though the war was supposed to be over, like the peace treaty was being drawn, the dude was so mad, he was like, fuck this. And he shot one of those arrows towards like a village or something where everybody's kids and stuff were at, right? And they cursed him because of that. But what I'm saying is the reason Elon is holding on to stuff like that is because people like him believe in those stories. They believe in the idea of psionic energy or sound waves being able to alter the fabric of space and do stuff like levitation.
Yeah, but that's common knowledge basically because the ether. That's why they wanted to. Well, they did successfully.
Thank you for mentioning the ether. Continue.
That successfully ludicrous Mr. Einstein, who's not that bright like Elon Musk and all these people that they say, oh, self-made billionaires and he's a genius. It's just bullshit. If you look into it, to me, that's what I found out. They were hiding the ether. And like Tesla, what he said, once you know about sound and vibration, frequency, that's basically what we're talking about all the time. Electromagnetism, but we're so distracted with all the other BS. And basically, we are way more powerful than we probably think. And whether that's being able to with vibrate, because somebody mentioned the Om from the Buddhism frequency. Yes, they have frequency weapons where if they fire them up, your skin starts to burn. They use that for crowd control already. So
yep,
it's very interesting to look at the whole electromagnetic spectrum and information, especially when you look at what people call a moon and a sun, which is basically what do they call them? Anodes, I think. The moon
got two moons right now.
The moon is, to me, is plasma. So they couldn't have gone there anyway. And when you look at it, it's the whole story about the moon landing is just so ridiculous. I mean, if you believe that stuff, then okay, God help you.
They say NASA confirms the Earth has two moons until the year 2083. as of yesterday.
They said it's like an asteroid. This is a big asteroid, but well, then again, who knows if the story that they're saying that it's just an asteroid or whatever is a real story? Because we all know, like, I think if you're awake, since I can't say woke anymore because it means something else, if you're awake enough, you understand that like that NASA be lying. Like
Correct.
NASA lies.
Neil Armstrong said he's in a couple clips saying he never went to the moon. He told the little kid everything. Like,
yeah, but that's not proof to me. Like anybody can say anything to distract.
No, he said he didn't go to the moon. Oh, you don't?
Of course not. But I know, but still, there's no proof.
Oh yeah, there's no proof that he went to the moon, but he said that he didn't. He was like the little girl was like, "What about going?" He was like, "Look, man, what you seen was CGI or a video."
There's this guy Bart Sibrel, who has been going to all these astronauts, because they're all Freemasons.
They were Freemasons. Yes, thank you for that. They were Freemasons.
And he was asking them to swear on the Bible that they landed on the moon, and neither one of them actually they got angry. But that makes sense because Freemasons worship Lucifer. So
thank you.
It makes sense, and of course, if you were really honest and truthful, you would do it. Like, yes, I swear I've been to the moon, on the moon. And the thing is, when you look at the whole capitalistic system, if they really went to the moon, why isn't the moon full with Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all the commercials and a 24-hour camera feed to watch Earth? I mean, it's just...
I would only say it was not like that because of some sort of ritualistic agenda on it. Because remember, if you really think about capitalism, like at the top down, the whole pyramid aspect about it, it's all about economic enslavement, economic control of the lower mass, of the greater masses for the few.
Well, I want to pose a question. If this is another moon that's going to be here to 2083, and we know the moon affects like the currents and the tides and shit, do y'all think it's finna get crazy, like with hurricanes and the weather? Like,
well, let me break in, because the moon, science and people believe in science says that the moon is actually determining the tides.
Correct.
That's BS, because it's only the seas that have tides and the large lakes don't. So what about that? And if the moon's gravity is strong enough to do that, why hasn't it crushed on the Earth? I mean, it's just when you look into gravity, the theory, it's all theory. It's assumption on assumption. It's not science, but people believe it.
Okay, good point.
So, but I mean, I would wish to have like
what's your opinion on dark matter?
With all of you to discuss all of this, just 1 week brainstorming about all this stuff. That would be great. But I'm just saying that it's interesting to to talk with, to share stuff with people, because my interaction with people at work, most people are what they call non-playing characters.
The NPCs. Man, I can't talk about this because it scares the hoes.
No, but I'm just saying that it's always nice to be able to share information and to discuss about and exchange information, because we all know together we know way more and can research way more, and this is very respectful. So kudos to I don't know if you say that. Mm-hmm. Is that too wide? Kudos?
No, that's fine.
Yes, kudos. And I appreciate you sharing what you know, because it's very rare. I mean, nowadays it's becoming a little more common to be able to find people who are actually able to think beyond what a textbook tells you.
And I wanted to add one thing, because somebody was saying about I cannot call it woke, but I'm awake.
Him.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, but do you know where it comes from? Because basically our society we live in a death society. So, because think about it, we are so-called alive, But then when people die, we go to a wake. It's all upside down.
Book of Enoch stuff.
Yeah.
Book of Enoch stuff. Because we're doing these things, we're actually like indulging in this third dimensional universe where we're allowing ourselves to be bent by its laws as well. Because we're spiritual being aspects, but because we're coveting the flesh and whatnot, like that's why we're susceptible to these things.
Yep. And the legal system, we consider dead at sea because nobody claimed us the moment your parents registered you, or with the system, because that's the same when you start a business. Well, that's over here. I think over there is the same thing. When you start a business, you register with the Chamber of Commerce. You have your name, and then it's public information, and then people can actually jump in and say, I already have that name, so you have to change the name. And they claim that name. But when your birth is announced with your name, your birth name, nobody claims it. So it's unclaimed territory. So the government grabs you. Well, I mean the fictional.
I think that's the whole Social Security number.
Yeah.
System.
It's a registration system, and
because people can have the same name, but we don't have the same number, so to speak. Like whatever our birth record number, whatever it is beyond our Social Security, whatever our paperwork is on our birth certificate, like that's our real identity. Like whatever the numbers are.
Well, you don't have an identity. You're alive. You're a man alive, and you live on the land. So it's about common law and not legal but lawful.
You can say that until people start knocking at your door, and if you refuse, they'll just kick it in and get you.
No. Because refuse, you just have to ignore the people that. And the thing is, they're not coming for you, the flesh and blood. They're always coming for the fiction. So give them the fiction.
Dorsey, what's your take on it?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, what's your take on it?
They looking for somebody. They're looking for that one genetic marker that's going to lead them to the Christ or the chosen one.
Thank you.
I want to hear your take on that, but what I asked was
just
this
said
the question. You didn't get the answer. Elon wants to colonize Mars. He said to keep humanity in case something happens on Earth, they need to get 100,000 people to Mars so it can be self-sustainable and not have any more missions going back and forth. I'm asking, who is going to own that land? When the first people get to Mars or Elon or whatever, when they stick that flag in the ground, is it going to be America, South Africa? Is it going to be Elon Tesla company? Is it going to be just Elon Musk? Is he going to be the emperor? I haven't looked into intergalactic law, but we do have a space force. So I want to just know how that would go.
It's going to be corporations owning Mars. They're going to do it just like the moon. They're going to say it's off limits, but only nations can't put their flags, but corporations can. And what Elon wants to be the first emperor of Mars, because he owned the rocket ships. And if he called himself a dictator there, how we gonna get to him? Who gonna be able to get to him? Nobody, because he owns the rocket ships. That's what he wants. And where he's gonna land is Cydonia. Remember that face on Mars that they discovered by the Viking probes back in the 70s?
I remember hearing about a face on Mars and some pyramids.
Well, they tried to destroy it using nuclear weapons so that if anybody else sent probes up to Mars, they wouldn't recognize the face. But if you look at Cydonia, do the research, you will see that the pyramids in Cydonia also line up like the pyramids in Giza. It's a representation of the connections that they have with the civilization here and the civilization that was established here on Earth.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real. Ain't nobody on Mars. Y'all got it fucked up. If I go up there and I touch down on Mars first, I'm gonna put that plug stations bag flag on that motherfucker. This hours, you know what I'm saying? Now y'all can come over here and we get together, but I ain't hey man, when y'all didn't say nothing when Christopher Columbus came over here and stuck this flag right here in the ground.
Because they didn't have gunpowder. They didn't have no gunpowder.
Ain't no gunpowder on Mars, man. Shit.
Hold on, real quick. Cole want to ask a question about something that who said something?
No, just in general. I'm just wondering that people here have a basic physics understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took
I hope I do, but I'm sure I do.
I took physics 1, but I'm not an expert by any means.
No.
I took on physics.
Okay.
Just common sense.
Oh, go
so,
ahead.
is there anybody that can explain how a pressurized system can, without a barrier, exist next to a vacuum?
I would believe that it would have to do with like the. I could be wrong about this. You saying without a vacuum?
How can a pressurized system like our atmosphere exist without a barrier? And
It's I want to say gravity. That's what
no,
I want.
but gravity is a theory, and it's never proven, and it's ridiculous gravity.
Well,
our electromagnetic field. Our electromagnetic field serves like an eggshell, and it locks things in, and it keeps the solar wind from degrading our atmosphere.
Are you talking about the Van Allen belts that they discovered after they so-called went to the moon and didn't affect them, but later said, "Oh, it's very dangerous." No, but my question is just basically like, if that can never exist, how can you talk about space and planets?
Well, you have to think about what gravity is. Like gravity, I believe, is more so a phenomenon where a body of anything takes up space, and because it's taking up space, it is bending the things around it in order to like head towards it. It's like if you put like a ball like on a bed sheet, you know how the bed sheet starts bending into the ball. So if you start throwing other things in, like smaller things into the bed sheet, it'll go towards that heavier ball. But
I know that experience. I know that experiment that some physics professor showed. Like, oh, but that's when you look at it and just with common sense, it doesn't make sense. But they're talking about the what is it called? The field of gravity field, or the null fields or whatever. No, but just basic. Without coming with theories, or kind of these kind of experiments, how can something that is a perfect vacuum coexist with a pressurized system like our atmosphere?
Okay, can I answer that question?
Yeah.
Can I answer that question?
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination of everything: magnetism, gravity, the solar winds. You know that the Earth has its own magnetic core.
You talking about the 4 forces?
You know what I'm talking about. And gravity is the weakest.
Yeah, gravitational and electromagnetic.
So does anybody have proof of that, like papers, experiments? That has been conducted to prove that without a shadow of a doubt? Because I would love to read that stuff.
I can't pull them up right now. I'm not a scientist. I more so look at the technology like as a result of those hypotheses that were created.
Okay.
Like if they're able to do this and they worked off of this knowledge and their results are successful, I would like to think that, well, the idea that gravity, their idea of gravity must be coherent in some sort of capacity. Like the fact that they're able to launch rockets with certain trajectories that have been calculated already with the use of gravity or the knowledge of it and the curvature and whatnot, like, gravity must actually be like real if it played a part in their calculations.
Well,
There's
that's mathematics.
successful
That's not reality. Mathematics, I can probably come up with some mathematics where an elephant is balancing on like a thread between two buildings, but that's not reality.
I mean, intercontinental ballistic missiles are real. So,
But that's in the atmosphere.
but it uses gravity.
How?
When it launches up into the air, the targeted system only locks onto the location where it wants to land. So it's using the air resistance as well as the pull of gravity to find its target. Like if there was no gravity, it would just keep going up.
I think it's just buoyancy and density, but okay, but just if you have that information, I would love to get the information and just read up on it. But that was it for me. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Yo,
Erica
guys,
says if the earth was flat, you will fall off of it. Don't they say the same thing about the round earth? So no matter what kind of earth it is, we just supposed to be falling off.
well, it doesn't really matter in a sense to me. It's just the truth is they never told us the truth about anything, and that's when I mentioned the extraterrestrials, because they
got a
don't
question.
call them space people, they call them extraterrestrial, meaning extra land. So maybe this
I got a question.
is way bigger than they tell us it is. So.
Well, in the scientific terminology, extra means outside or outer. Like,
yeah.
So it's like it's outer, and terrestrial. You know, our planet is named Terra.
Mm-hmm.
So
extraterrestrial, yeah.
So extraterrestrial means outside of Earth.
Yeah, but if Earth is a part of a bigger plane of existence, then there might be, different. Look at the old maps and the cards. Check Admiral Byrd's observations. Check why they fight wars amongst each other for oil and land, but they signed an Antarctic treaty where nobody is claiming any land. So
I want to say it's because there's a
make sense.
hypothesis. There's another hypothesis where there's already a civilization there and they're way more advanced. And they essentially threaten them like, hey, if you bring that BS up here or down here, we'll attack you guys. And there's nothing you can do about it because you see what we can do. It's like when they said these people with their ships, they can come and go as they please. And there's nothing we can do about it. So
yeah, but I would never be able to find that out if that's true. So
I believe that was also one of Admiral Byrd's accounts.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that, but he only said that beyond the ice was a land bigger than North America. So that alone is like, okay, questionable, but
when you say beyond, you mean when he went inside? Because I'm pretty sure this is also that hollow earth.
Yeah, I mean, flat earth, globe earth, hollow earth. To me, it doesn't really matter because we experience everything flat, but it doesn't help me to find the truth, right? So.
Yeah, but see, my whole thing is you ain't looking for the truth. So if you was really combing them, if you was really looking in them archives and looking at them papers and scientific progress, you know there is an ocean inside the earth that's bigger than the whole Pacific. It has more water than all of the oceans combined. It's within there. It was revealed 8 years ago that there's the ocean inside the earth. Now, when he said that there's a landmass larger than North America, look, you talking about, did you go into them caves and so forth? You ever been spelunking or something? Carlsberg Canyon or anything like that?
No, but I didn't say it was my truth. I'm just saying there's information to always check out because it's always secondhand and third-hand information that I cannot myself verify. So.
You can verify it, but you're gonna have to go ahead and go through some of these government agencies and look at the reports that they print out because people don't pay attention to that. You know, I don't go all the way in there into NASA's files and look at their records, and then the European Space Agency, they got their own thing going. I mean, if you really want to know, you'll look for them. What God says, seek and you shall find. Ask and you shall receive.
And I've been looking at a lot of stuff redacted. So, of course, they're not going to share that with you.
I have heard about the inner earth. I have heard about the outside of
so much
outside of the ice walls. I do know about the treaties. There's a lot of countries that have signed the treaties, but what I want to get into is we hear about the mysticism that's correlated with outside of those walls, like Narnia and all of those other places. So do y'all believe in the mysticism around it, or do y'all think it's just technology?
I think it's both.
Probably, yeah. But
me too. I think it's both.
It's to me, it's not worth putting my energy in that because, like I said, it's hard to verify. And beliefs is something that you decide to believe in, whatever you like to believe, right?
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you acknowledge infrared?
I can verify that for myself, yeah.
Yeah, but until we had developed the glasses and the technology to see it, and then the ultraviolet spectrums and all that, until we developed the technology, it was just theory in itself until it was proven, right?
It's the same with radio waves. If you don't have a receiver, you can believe in radio waves, but right, same thing, right?
Yes, sir. So you pretty much have. See, I like you. First of all, I got another question to you, right?
I was leaving, but go ahead.
Why do black women look way better in Europe than they do here in America? Is it because they don't have no pressure on them or something? Because you got a beautiful sister.
Yes. Darcy, I'm from Texas. Now, you know I'm not European.
But understand is you got out of America and then you were able to talk. You didn't have to deal with no rednecks. You understand what I'm saying? You kicking it with the blue bloods. You ain't kicking it with no rednecks.
Darcy, I told you, behave yourself.
Well, I've seen them.
I'm just saying. Billie Holiday got fined when she went to Europe and came back.
I've been fined. I've been fined before I got here. What was the question? You crazy.
I just say what's in the water in Europe to make them sisters look so much better. Because Tina Turner was kind of tore up till she went to Europe, and then she was animated. She was animated when she left America, and then she turned into Tina Turner.
But we don't have fluoride in the water.
See that? I knew it was something. Okay, back to the question.
Hold on, thank y'all for having us because it's 6 o'clock. I need to go finish dinner. So thank y'all. We just wanted to pop up here for a little bit and, hang out because I don't get a chance. And Corey's hardly ever on here, but he wanted to share some info and learn some info. So, but thank y'all. And I'll be in the chat, but I got to go.
Is that his name, Chorus? Is that his name, Chorus?
C-O-R, Core.
Like from Cornelius.
Core. Hey, yeah. Cornelius. Okay, Core. Yeah. You a master player, man. You got a fine woman, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Jesus.
Well, ain't that the truth?
See, player.
Y'all have a good day. We're leaving now. Bye.
Dorsey make the girls giggle. Is anybody out there? What happened to the show? Ain't nobody talking?
No, I'm here as well. I just I was talking.
Get back, man, because understand this, man. I got my hats off to you. You know your shit. You are able to express it a lot better than I can. Go ahead. We listening, baby. You cooking. Go ahead.
You gotta mute one of your mics, Dorsey. You got two phones up here, two mics on, and we hear you moving around doing everything. Nigga Dorsey be wild. All right, Chad. Let's see what they talking about with the Egypt Light show, man. Let's see. We can watch something right quick.
Boy, oh boy, we have some interesting things happening in Egypt. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well.
I'm making me a
And the
breakfast.
timing is very, very strange. We have this massive music. I guess you would say music. This is like some sort of weird AI digital light show at the Great Pyramid. It appears to be, of course, a ritual of sorts. I don't know if you guys knew about this. And when you start to look into this, you start to find a lot of very strange things. Our president actually is going through Egypt right now. He's going through the Middle East. The timing is interesting. We have also all these weird things going on in our world at the same time that seem to be spiritual. We see spiritual warfare going on right now in the world. Check out this weird concert where they're showing some sort of being breaking out. And if you followed my channel for the last decade, I've covered what I think is underneath the Great Pyramid. We had the Emerald Tablets. Now, there's two types of Emerald Tablets. There's the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which they tell you don't exist or not real. And then you got the actual real ones. They don't tell you that. Actually, they're kind of tricking you when they say that. There actually are literally tablets that are historical artifacts called the Emerald Tablets. But the ones that are called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, there's like these fake ones that were made based off a book, but actually they're sort of representing the original real ones. It's almost like they don't want you to know this. That's why they can come out and say this. I've seen people like Wes Huff say this. Oh, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, those are fake. They're not real.
All right, welcome back, Dorsey. Dorsey, you here?
Yeah, I just have my microphone off. You told me to put my mic. I went out, came back in, so you wouldn't get no more feedback.
I bet, yeah. I had to make this bacon, egg, and cheese, man, with the damn hot sauce all on it.
Boy, you doing that thing now. That good eating, boy.
But actually, he doesn't tell you. Well, actually, there are some Emerald Tablets. There actually are real ones. It's just not the ones that people are referring to. They're pretty much the exact same thing. Oh, we shouldn't tell you that part, though. That talk about there being another dimension underneath these Great Pyramids. That there's something underneath them. Something that was trapped under there. Something spiritual. I covered, I think it was 12 years ago on this channel. It's been a long time. How I was outside walking around at nighttime praying, and then just God out of the blue just told me something weird. I wasn't even thinking about it at all. He's like, the bottomless pit is under the Great Pyramid. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Yeah, the bottomless pit is under the Great Pyramid. I'm like, okay. So I was like, that was kind of weird thing to hear from God. I'm like, what the heck's this? I went and looked it up, and I found out, whoa, actually there is some ancient writings saying this. This is weird. Are they actually trying to conjure, of course, something up from the Great Pyramid? And, of course, I'm not going to play the audio because who knows if they have a copyright on there. I've seen how they've done that before. Just notice how the Great Pyramid disappears, reappears. You see that in their production there? Their light show, their virtual reality hologram projection that you'll see in a minute here. I'm going to show you it. Of a being, a giant being coming through this portal here. And these are the two pillars, which represent a portal. We have also the lights in the formation of the sigil of Lucifer. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Here is these two poles, two pillars, as you can see there. All right, so here's the thing trying to break out. What is trying to break out? Oh, well, I told you what's underneath the Great Pyramid. Some fallen watchers from the Book of Enoch, for example. Maybe some of those guys are underneath there. Yeah, actually, that's what Aleister Crowley thought. He was actually met by a being in the Great Pyramid. And then later he literally had the devil come to him as I was And yeah, that's what was literally told to him. So I wonder if it's true. Yeah, actually, I think it is true. We have, and I'm going to get into all this. We're going to get into a ton of stuff. I'm going to show you a lot more as we get into this. We're going to get into also where I think all this is going. We got some insane stuff being said by Sam.
That's crazy. What you think about that, Dorsey? That's crazy. He said the Watchers, wasn't that what you was talking about earlier?
Altman. First, I got to mention Food Supply, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. 4 months worth for $6.97. It's actually 3 months and an extra month. Link is in the description. You never know what's next. Just in case.
Go ahead, Dorsey. You would say something? We can't hear you, Dorsey. We still can't hear you, Dorsey. You unmuted, but we can't hear you. All right, while Dorsey get that shit together.
I'm not Dorsey. I'm not Dorsey.
Oh, you not Dorsey? What's up, Joe?
Nah, I'm I'm Joe, the same one that was in there earlier. I just had to back out a couple times.
Oh shit.
Yeah, what's going on, man? What was I gonna say? Yeah, the Watchers are quote unquote fallen angels. I don't know the other term or definition of them, but yeah, that's who created the Nephilims when they had relations with the humanoid, or not humanoid, the humans, the human women. They were so beautiful that the angels came down to earth to have sex with them. And that's what created giants or Nephilims.
Okay. All right. Dorsey, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I just had to jump back out so that I wouldn't get the feedback. I think I said about 5 months ago, remember they had it, that they discovered that there was a bigger chamber beneath the pyramids because they did seismic surveys and so forth, and they found out through the echoes that there's a way more massive chamber under there.
Okay.
So there is a possibility. I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it's not. But if you got that kind of stuff going on under the pyramids, we only see what's going on the top. We don't know what's really down there in the inner earth. Like you said, there's inner earth. And if the United States government is building secret bases underground with that tunnel system, I'm sure they unearth a lot of things. Just like they said that the Egyptian civilization was discovered in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we used to find arrowheads and shit all like in my backyard, and just walking through town, you would find arrowheads. You get to digging and shit.
Right. So if you dig deep enough, because you got to remember during the flood, all kind of soil and stuff was pushed aside. That's why the Sahara Desert looked like it is. You know, people say, well, it's sand. Well, what's at the beach? Sand. So that means that if a giant wave hit that landmass, then guess what? It's going to be covered with sand. Thousands and thousands of feet of sand. So when they're excavating, now one thing I do want to be, I do know it's a world conspiracy. Remember when they built the, this is to the older, like Stein or somebody. Remember when they built the Aswan Dam on the Nile?
Stein not up here. It's just me and you.
Okay, and they flooded the Valley of the Kings. There was a whole bunch of tombs and civilization things from the pharaohs that had yet to be discovered, and then they went ahead and flooded the whole valley so nobody could have access to it anymore. And that project was done by the UN.
Okay.
So So what I'm saying is, hey man, it's a massive conspiracy, and all of the ones that's on the council, you know, like China, Russia, United States, Great Britain, all the ones that have the nuclear power and the secrets of the bomb, they are covering up what these documents and all these artifacts that they're finding. China got pyramids too. Don't nobody never say that. Just like in South America, a lot of the pyramids was covered up by jungle. Well, the same thing happened in China. And my whole thing to you, and Dorsey ain't racist, but when people, I'm not going to say what flavor that is, the YT people, when they say, oh, there's no way that humans could have built the pyramids without extraterrestrial help, right? Well, my whole thing is South America got pyramids, China, Asia got pyramids, Africa definitely got pyramids. And then to some points, there's some. What was it about the European that the ETs or the aliens wasn't fucking with? And the answer is because they were basically Neanderthals at that time. They weren't humans. God created humans. And humans mean the colors of mankind. Okay.
Mexico got pyramids.
Huh?
Mexico got pyramids.
Yeah, I said South America. I'm talking about Europe. We're there. The only thing close.
Mexico. Do you know Mexico is in North America, right?
I know it. I'm talking about Europe. Are there any pyramids in Europe?
Oh shit, I don't know. Hell.
The closest thing they got is Stonehenge. And now they're just now discovering that Stonehenge is actually 20 miles wide. We just looking at the top part. The stuff that's under there that's covered up, we just now seeing that they got other structures under there that's been buried. So, like I said, a lot of stuff has been covered up, and it's funny that the word cover up is also meaning when they hide stuff from people. It's a cover up.
Okay. All right, I'm finna get back in the dude clip.
Terminator 2 coming our way. Without Arnold Schwarzenegger, you might want to get that just in case. Considering what Sam Altman said right here, and I got an interview to show you as well of the guy, to show you how trustworthy he is. Sam Altman warns AI could kill us all, but he still wants the world to use it. I got to show you this interview of him on the Tuckmeister in a little bit, because it shows you really what kind of guy he is. All right. Also, this book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity.
All right, he going into some other shit, chat. He going into some other shit. This shit crazy.
I'm just being real.
What?
Ain't nothing new under the sun. That's what the Bible say. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So that means that all this stuff that we discoveries we've made, it was already known by the ancients. It was already known by the ancients. Even Islam knows that.
You see this what we looking at? This is the light show. This is what happened. This is the whole show. Well, not the whole show, but a lot of the show. What the hell is they doing?
That's the jinn. That's the jinn that they was talking about.
What's the jinn? What's the
jinn? Are
jinn?
the people of fire. The jinn in Islam, if you ever read the Quran, the jinn are the people of fire. They are able to give the illusion of looking human when they want to, and they can alter their appearance whenever they feel like it. That's why they're called the deceivers. They talk about a lot of stuff, and if we read some of these religious texts and take the politics out of it and just read it for what it is, you'll see that the people back then knew a lot more knowledge than the people are now. It's just your average person doesn't understand it. Just like the average person is here in the world is thinking that the world is flat, even though we done proved over and over again that the world is round. You still got people thinking that the world is flat.
Yeah, most people don't think the world is flat, though. It's a lot of people that do, but most people don't. Mainstream says the world is round.
Yes, the world is round. Also, I believe in Japanese culture, jinn is like a demon. So, same thing.
And that. Remember Galileo, they wanted to keep him talking about that the sun was the center of the universe, not the earth.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, they say the people where you had I guess they had some glasses in there too, where they could make it look like it was popping out like the iMac.
So what if them people, when they put them glasses on, they seeing into another realm? You know, they looking into another spectrum of light.
Probably.
You see what I'm saying? Like ultraviolet, infrared, all those things, you know, like cats and dogs can see in wavelengths that we can't.
Look at them falling into the inner earth.
See things we
falling into the inner earth.
Perceive.
The hell is this supposed to be? As above, so below?
Yeah, I'm right here. I just turn on the mic and turn it off because you told me, you know, to help you. But like I'm saying, there are so many unanswered questions that science has yet to be able to answer. And when we talking science, we just don't have the knowledge yet.
It's no way this is not.
The knowledge is not available to the common man.
What is that? This is what the robot fell all the way down to this, bro. Look, the robot falls all the way down. Look at where he falls to, and look at the entity or whatever the fuck that is that comes after. It's like a spider's robot. I don't know, bro. What the hell is this? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see all of it, bro. And the Muslims ain't even, you know, anything else that goes counter to their religion, they go off.
What the fuck is that?
Because, you know, the Muslim Brotherhood.
You cutting out, Dorsey. Your mic, your service, man.
Right, let me pop back in. Hold on.
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that, Chad. Y'all want to know something crazy?
Is this better, plug?
Yeah,
is
but
this
you want to
better?
know something crazy, Dorsey? I used to have this dream. I done seen this dream. Like when I was a little kid, bro, I used to see this dream. Not this damn entity there, but like just all those people like worshiping something, and like it was like I was in the back, you know what I'm saying? Like hiding out, like I was being protected from it. But it was like thousands and thousands of people. Like it's like this, bro. I've told this story before, like even before this happened. It's crazy.
Bro,
What?
you're a time traveler. You're a time traveler. We're all time travelers. And when we're connected with our guardian angel, they reveal things to us. They take us by the hand and they take us to a time that you need to see. It's called a vision, right? Oh, I had a vision. You see where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
That's why God is giving you. That's why God is giving you the power to communicate with other people, because you're reaching out and you're educating the people. I'm not saying you're a prophet or nothing like that, but you're being used just like I have the same thing, man. I have the same dreams, not like yours, but about what my future is about and what my purpose in life is. But the only thing is, I really don't like people like that.
Only difference is it wasn't really a turned up type scene. It was more of a worship scene. Like they was bowing down. It was like this, bro. It was more like this. Hold on, let me skip to it. We'll go back to 7. It was more like this, bro. It was like this. Like the red, it was like this, bro. You just couldn't see the face or nothing. It was just like they was praying down or something. And I'm being hid in the back, and then they opened up the door, and like I seen it, and I was just so scared, and it was just like, nah, that ain't what's supposed to be going on. We ain't going over there. But it was like thousands and thousands of people out here. I ain't gonna lie, Chad. I used to have that dream when I was little.
See, that's what I'm saying, Plug. You're a prophet. Even the prophets went to jail. Am I right or wrong?
Oh no, that shit was crazy.
Joseph went to jail. Remember Joseph with the multicolored coats? He went to jail, and he was the one who deciphered Pharaoh's dreams and told him what the 7 years was of famine and of abundance. You have a gift because you are a believer. In your heart, you wholeheartedly believe in God, just like me. So we are able to pick up on them signals. See, some of these people can't get these signals from God because they got too much interference going on. You know, whatever it is in their life. But once you straighten out your life and you start tuning in to what God's got to say to you, then things come a lot more clearer. You become stronger in your beliefs.
Mm-hmm. I'm finna play it though. This shit is crazy. And the way they was bowing down too was kind of like, you know, a prayer. Like it was crazy. Now look at this. What the hell is this?
That's what I'm saying, man.
What the hell is this? These are naked people up there with fucking comb overs. It look like people burning in hell, don't it? This look like people burning in hell.
Yeah. It's pagans, man. That's them pagans.
What the hell is that? Do they got things? Are they shit in their hands? Weapons? I don't know, bro. That's definitely sculptures of what do they call this shit? The Renaissance.
Hey, Plug.
Yeah.
Do you know how many levels to hell there is?
Go ahead.
You ever read Dante's Inferno?
Go ahead. I played the video.
Okay, they said there's 9 levels. There's 9 levels to hell, right?
Okay, go ahead.
There's also 9 levels of heaven. If you read Jubilee, you'll see them. See, the Satan tries to mirror and copy everything God got. So if there's 9 levels of heaven, there's 9 levels of hell.
That's why
You see what I'm
Trump said
saying?
he'll get to heaven. He might be in heaven right now on Air Force One.
Yeah, because that's the closest he gonna get to heaven. You see, he running. Think about it. Why would the president, with all the crises going on, with government shut down, with Congress being misaligned, why would he go over there to some pagan ceremony?
I don't know if he actually showed up to this, but he was coming through. He was in the area. I don't think he went to the light show, but he was around.
I mean, but when you in connection with all this stuff, I mean, he could be in the vicinity of it and still get that feeling, right?
Yeah. Look at all them people there.
Yeah. So what's happening is the Illuminati, or whatever you want to call them, they starting to reveal themselves to us.
Yeah,
except the average person who is not spiritually educated and technologically educated gets this confused. That's what they doing.
Yeah, they energy harvesting.
It's like, okay, plug. It's like you went through the jail system, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you ain't been through the jail system, to the outsiders, everybody think we in there being punished, right? Oh, in jail, y'all getting raped and everything and whoop, whoop, whoop and all that, right? Yeah. But in reality, we kicking back. It's only a timeout to us. We ain't being punished.
Look, see,
we just got a timeout.
Look at this. Look at all these robot-like things, but it's like the ones behind them got a tire on, like they going into battle or something, and these two look the most human-like without this shit.
What you think the Terminator movie was about? You see, they give us bits and pieces of what the future is going to hold. And if those people who just think it's entertainment and it's not. Because if you look at it, it first started with what's that movie, 2001, right? Stanley Kubrick, right? Remember? HAL was the first AI. Have you ever seen that movie? 2001?
No.
Okay. In 2001, when they send people into space, AI is controlling the ship. And then AI goes crazy. It's called HAL. And if you ever go back and look at some of these old movies, I mean, I could give you a list of old movies that you could go and look at, and it'll give you a little glimpse of something. But Stanley can things up about exploration, stuff like that, right? So as the Jewish Hollywood mafia started doing a lot of film production, they then started getting into the occult also. Why you think Rosemary Baby came out about the same time?
The fuck is it supposed to be?
You see where I'm coming from?
Eve story. It's supposed to be the Adam and Eve story, Inception. Look, this is human. This is fucking Neuralink. Look, that's the human supposed to be, I guess, the being, all natural with the trees and shit. He goes to the robot angel-like figure, gets this orb, and now tree wings start sprouting out his damn back. What the hell is going on?
That's the spirit. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. See, those are the unholy spirits. See, I'll let you do the commentary because everybody gonna be like, "Oh, Dorsey smoking that shit again." So, but when Guido Planet explains it in a more elegant way than I do, then that's cool with me because I'm glad he brought up a whole bunch of subjects. Now, Plug, stones got crystal and quartz and all that stuff. It has crystals in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Washington, D.C. is built on stones. Most of the buildings are stone. And did you notice that Trump destroyed the White House? The east wing of the White House was destroyed.
Yeah. What about
He
it?
demolished that side of the. What rises in the east? The sun. That's why he tore down the east side. He ain't bringing no home. He's not bringing no ballroom. That nigga's building the temple.
They say Albania already has an AI cabinet member.
What?
That's what somebody just put in the chat.
I got to check that out because that don't make no sense whatsoever. How can a machine hold a cabinet post and it ain't even been perfected yet? We just now starting to get into AI.
Yeah, they did. Albania appointed it in September. Delia.
So yeah, now we into it, man. We into it. It's on its way. So are you going to accept the mark of the beast? Yes or no?
It says Delia is tasked with ensuring that the public tenders are 100% free of corruption and that all public spending in the tender process is fully transparent.
But what if the program is corrupt?
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? What you put into the machine, that's what the machine is going to follow. The machine ain't going to have no moral compass to let it know that it's right or wrong. It's just going to go by follow it's going to stay in the guidelines of its programming.
Is these little crack rocks? The hell is these little crack rocks floating in the air, man? They reaching out trying to grab the crack rocks. What the hell is this?
Yeah, that's some drugs, some mind-altering drugs.
Look. It's like a piece, don't it?
Yes, it do. Like the boulder on your shoulder.
That shit look like a piece. Boy.
That's nigga, that's an 8-ball, nigga. You know what that is. That's an 8-ball.
It's a good 40 right there. I see a 40, a couple of dubs.
Exactly. Why is it that only the black people can see this shit for what it is?
Oh no, this shit crazy.
Everybody else beat around the bush. Oh, that's not what it means. But everybody, hey, anybody who know anybody that was a Ghostbuster, right? You know what a Ghostbuster was.
Dorsey, your service is terrible. Oh, this nigga, this a water man. He done made a damn tornado. He about to power up. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. Oh man, what's up, Joe? Damn, yeah, that's crazy, Chad.
I'm outside working right now. What's up, y'all?
Man, we finna get up out of here, Chad. We'll be on back live later on, man. We'll probably hang out in the Discord for a while. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Be sure to like the video on your way out, and I'll see y'all later on, Chad.
All right.
All right. Dorsey, we finna get up out of here. You got any last words for the chat?
Catch you later.
Dorsey, you got any last words for the chat? All right, Dorsey. Don't worry about it. All right, Chad. We finna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. We still shadow banned, but we gonna fight through it, man. We gonna fight through it. Don't worry about it. We'll be back later on, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, and I'll see y'all on the next one.